If you're planning to move to Johnson City, Tennessee, I know you've got a lot on your mind right now. One of which may be, where will my kids go to school? And listen, if that's what you're thinking, this video is going to make it way more easy for you. My name's Matt. My wife Andrea and I are local real estate agents right here in Northeast Tennessee. We help families just like yours make this journey. You're the one making this move happen. We're just here to be your guide. And listen, I'm not here to put on some big production in this video. What you see is what you're going to get with me. I'm just real. I love our area and I love talking about it. Our videos are going to be more packed with information. And feel free to comment and I will absolutely get back with you as soon as possible and answer any questions. And if you haven't yet, make sure to check out my video on elementary schools here in Northeast Tennessee, specifically Johnson City. This one's going to pick up right where we left off and it dives right into the middle schools and high schools. So let's buckle up and let's get started. So going back to the same video about elementary schools, here's something most folks just don't realize at first. Just because your mailing address says Johnson City doesn't always mean your kids are going to go to Johnson City City Schools. If you're inside of the city limits, you're going to pay city taxes. So yes, you're going to then be able to go to the city school system. And that means you're going to go to middle school at Indian Trail or Liberty Bell. And then your high school will be Science Hill High School. But if you live outside of the city limits and you're still in Washington County, whether that be Gray, Boones Creek, or some of Jonesborough, you might actually end up going to Washington County schools. And that means your child would attend Daniel Boone High School or David Crockett High School. It's all going to depend on your exact address and what the city is annexed and what it hasn't. So if you're house hunting and when you're house hunting, that's going to be a major thing that you need to confirm if you're concerned with where your children will go to school. Okay, so let's talk about the middle schools you'll most likely be looking at. In Johnson City, let's start with Indian Trail Middle School. They're going to have grades 6 through 8, and your student body is roughly 800 students. The teacher ratio to student is roughly 15 to 1. So that's going to be small enough that your child can absolutely get attention. They've got language options, arts, they've got band, chorus, orchestra, and they have a solid athletic program as well. The school hours are going to run between 7:40 a.m. to 2:40 p.m. And if you've got practice, your practices are likely going to run until at least 5 o'clock. So you can prepare to have your student, if they're an athlete at school, from around 7:40 until about 5 p.m. And here's the deal. If your child is looking for a school with strong academics, which I'm sure they are, this could be a great fit. Your other middle school option inside of Johnson City is Liberty Bell. It's a little bit bigger with roughly 900 students, but it has a reputation for balancing academic rigor with culture and keeping a student first approach. They also have plenty of athletic programs or band or choir for students as well. So one of the features I like about Liberty Bell is they publish a full program of studies, and that makes it easy for you to be able to see all the elective and honors options before you send your child. They're also required by state law to post classroom and library reading material for parent transparency. Each grade level has its own counselor, and they're going to be able to talk about academic, social, and emotional support for your kids. And just like Indian Trail, the schedule for Liberty Bell is going to run from 7:40 to 2 p.m. 2:40 p.m. Quick break in the action. If what I'm sharing is giving you some clarity, make sure to tap like and hit subscribe. We drop new videos every single week about life, neighborhoods, schools, and everything in between here in Northeast Tennessee. Now, for high school. If you're in Johnson City City Schools, your path is going to lead to Science Hill High School. And just up front, Science Hill is one of the best high schools in the entire state of Tennessee. It serves around 2,500 students, and it's going to run from grades 9 to 12. The student-to-teacher ratio here is phenomenal at 15 to 1. They offer over 25 AP courses, and they have a strong dual enrollment program, so your students can take college courses and graduate high school and already have college credits. They're also known for having one of the only high school orchestras in the entire region. Their football stadium is Kermit Tipton Stadium, and it seats around 6,600 people. And listen, sports at Science Hill, they're a big deal. Graduation rates are very strong, and many graduates go on to tech school or they take the college path. They also have a large menu of clubs and extracurricular activities. Students tend to find something they connect with, whether it's arts, STEM, sports, or some sort of leadership. Now let's shift gears. If your home ends up being just outside the city limits, whether that be Gray, Boones Creek, or even parts of Jonesborough, you might fall under Washington County schools. And that's going to mean you're either going to go to school at Daniel Boone High School or David Crockett High School. Boone is in Gray, Tennessee, and it's just north of Johnson City. It has an agriculture program that is absolutely phenomenal. They offer CTE and every athletic program you can think of. It tends to have that more personal, connected feel that some parents prefer over a large school, such as Science Hill. Crockett, it's in Jonesborough, and it's got a similar size, and it's also known for a very strong agriculture, music, and tech education programs. The key takeaway, if your property is in those fringe areas outside of the city limits, you might be looking at Boone or Crockett instead of Science Hill. So, like I said before, part of our job is to always check that for you so you'll know exactly where your students are zoned to go to school. Let's talk about what you really want to know. The day-to-day, the trade-offs, the which school feels right kind of stuff. So your class sizes, as we saw, most schools are going to hover between 14, 15, 16 students per teacher. That gives your child enough space to be seen, but still access to many different programs. Academic performance and support, the top schools here are above average in the state in many metrics. But the standout difference is how schools support students who struggle, whether that be tutoring, small groups, instruction, parental updates, etc. As far as safety and communication goes, all of these schools have a secure entry. Often, they all have SROs, and they use alerts and apps to keep parents informed of exactly what may be going on during the school day. Next on the list is extracurriculars and culture. What can your child plug into? Is it going to be sports, theater, robotics, band, future, tech stuff, AI? I don't know. We see the way it's growing. That's where kids are going to build their identity, and they're going to find joy. Johnson City and neighboring schools have a surprising variety of options for your child. Community and values. Some families prefer the larger school because you may get more resources. You may have a different environment. Others are going to prefer a smaller environment like Boone or Crockett, and they may want the tech programs, the ag programs that are going to be offered at the county schools. That's up to each their own. But what I do know is, whether it be Boone or Crockett or Science Hill, all three are phenomenal schools, and all of them have phenomenal people that work there and care about children. If you're worried about what type of education your child is going to get in Northeast Tennessee, you don't need to, because we have a great education program in all of our schools, and Washington County and Johnson City, I rank right up there with the best. Here are a few things I love to tell families. Number one, make sure to check school zone maps. Whether it's online or through me, don't just assume. Just because you have a Johnson City address does not mean Johnson City schools. Number two, go for a visit in person. You're likely going to be able to walk the halls, meet the principal, talk with other parents if you see them. Certainly you'll be able to meet with a counselor. And number three, ask for deadlines. What are the specialized programs? How can we get in? Are there gifted or honors programs? Number four, compare your commute versus the program trade-offs. Sometimes being a little further from your school is still going to give you access to a program your child really loves. Number five, talk to some local parents. They're going to tell you things that you won't find out online, you won't find out from me. Teacher access, how responsive is the school? You'll get the vibe more from them than anybody else. I want you to see this clearly. You're not just buying a house. You're building a future for your family. You're the one making the bold choices. I'm just here helping you see the road ahead, what fits, what trade-offs you might make. If you want help narrowing schools to match school zones, or you want a custom list-by-list zone, reach out. I'd love to hop on the phone and help you land in the right place. And after this, make sure to go check out my elementary school video, because your whole school journey matters, from kindergarten all the way through high school. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe so you can see our next video. I'll show you what it's really like living in Johnson City.